Kia ora everyone and welcome to my kitchen. Hey, for dinner tonight I'm making the Skinny Mix's Rogan Josh lamb shanks. So I'm serving mine on a cauliflower and broccoli rice base, but you can serve it on whatever suits you best. So this recipe is not from Cook I Do, so you'll see when I'm actually cooking the recipe tonight that I'm using my Thermomix manually, so I'm not actually doing guided cooking. The recipe itself feeds 4 people, so I've halved it. But I really hope you enjoy watching. This smells absolutely amazing and I can't wait to have dinner. Enjoy the recipe and don't forget, if you'd like to have a look at a Thermomix, get in touch. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks. So the first step in this recipe is to make the marinade for our lamb shanks to sit in for at least 6 hours. Here we go. Into my bowl, I'm going to add in 5 grams of lemon juice. So I've just started the scales and I'm just going to squeeze the lemon juice directly into my bowl. Into this, I'm also going to add 10 grams of ginger. So I'm using ginger paste. So all this is basically fresh ginger that's been pre-chopped up in the Thermomix with a little bit of oil added. But if you don't have this, by all means add jarred ginger, or you could use fresh ginger, find me. So we're putting in 10 grams. So that's about 1 heaped teaspoon. 10 grams of tomato paste. 3 garlic cloves that have been peeled. I actually added 4 just because I really like garlic. Also into this we're going to add a medium brown onion that has been quartered. A small handful of fresh coriander. We'll make that a large handful. I'm going to add half a red chili and half a tablespoon of ground paprika. So you can tell this is going to have a beautiful amount of spice in it. Also, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of coriander powder, half a teaspoon of salt. It calls for half a teaspoon of turmeric. I'm going to use fresh turmeric. So the piece I've got here is about 1.5 centimeters long, and 1 teaspoon of cumin. So what we're going to do now, we're just going to whiz this up for about 10 seconds at speed 8, just to chop things down a bit. Here we go. So I'm just going to scrape the sides down, and then we're just going to whiz it again for another 10 seconds. Oh, guys, this is smelling so, so good. Here we go again. Right. So what I've got now is just a chopped up marinade. I'm just going to put this on top of my lamb shanks, and this is now going to sit for about 6 hours in the fridge. If you can do it overnight, overnight is preferred, but I don't have overnight, so I'm just doing it for 6. Alrighty, so my lamb shanks have now been marinating for 6 hours in the fridge. guys, they're smelling absolutely amazing. So the next step in the recipe is we're going to steam these for half an hour. So I'm using my Varoma, which comes with the Thermomix. So I'm just going to place my lamb shanks into the deepest part. Oh, guys, this smells so good. And what I'm also going to do is just put the excess marinade and just put that in with there as well. So my lamb shanks are now sitting in the bottom level of my Varoma tray. I'm just going to cover this over. So in my Thermomix, I've already put in 700 grams of water. So I'm just going to place my Varoma with the lamb shanks on top of my bowl, and I'm going to set this to run for half an hour at Varoma. So Varoma is your optimal steaming temperature, and this is just going to run at a speed 2. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just take my lamb shanks off and put them aside. I'm going to tip the water that's left in the bowl. Oh, guys, it smells so good. The marinade from the lamb shanks is dripped down into the water, and it smells just amazing. You can see how much the water's changed colour. So into my bowl now, what I'm going to add is 10 grams of ginger. As well into my bowl, I'm adding 1 large garlic clove. And I'm now just going to chop this down at speed 9 for around 3 to 4 seconds, just to chop everything else up nicely. So you'll see what's happened now is that my garlic has been nicely chopped down. And then back into my bowl, I'm going to re-add the liquid that I had just poured out. So this is going to have all our lamby goodness in it, along with the marinade that's dripped off into it. So in addition to this, what I'm going to add is my magical mix. So in here, I've got a couple of bay leaves. I've got 2 whole cloves. I've also got half a teaspoon of cinnamon, cumin, paprika, and turmeric. And that's going straight into my bowl. As well as this, I'm going to add half a tin of crushed tomatoes. Or thereabout. So here goes my 10 grams of tomato paste. And my 10 grams of olive oil. Finally, what I'm going to do is take 5 complete cardamom pods. Now for my cardamom pods, I need to briefly bruise them. So I'm just going to tip them out of my container, and then I'm just going to hit them with the back of my knife. Just enough to crack them a bit. And then my 5 bruised cardamom pods are going straight into my mixture as well. Okay, I'm going to add about half a teaspoon of freshly cracked pepper, or thereabouts. I'm going to put my lid back on. I'm going to flip my lamb shanks over. Oh, that's smelling so good, guys. Going to recover the bowl. Put my lamb shanks back on top of the bowl. And now I'm going to cook this for a further 1 hour at Varoma. Alrighty, let's have a look. Oh, that is smelling absolutely amazing. So to prepare the curry sauce ready for dishing up, all I'm going to do is remove my cooked lamb shanks and put them into a container to keep them warm. Then I'm just going to tip the excess marinade that's still left in my baroma back into my bowl to add to the flavour of the curry sauce. Wow, this is smelling so good. So because we've been steaming now for an hour and a half, there's a very concentrated tomatoey curry smell coming from the bowl. But what I'm going to do now, just before we're ready to serve, is add 75 grams of plain yogurt. So I've got my yogurt in there. I'm just going to whiz this up at speed number 2 for around 15 seconds. So I'm serving mine up tonight on a cauliflower and broccoli rice. So I'm going to put a lamb shank on top of my rice mixture. Oh, this is smelling absolutely amazing, guys. And then just on top of that, I'm going to pour some of my curry sauce. Here we go.